Your first Finke?
Yeah, so first Finke this year, so no, it's an unreal experience and definitely be back next year. Finke time, here we are, getting started on a new bike build, making sure that I get everything sorted before I go to this event, because from previous experiences, you can't get much up there. So for everyone, MX Express all your parts now, make sure you have them all in time. So we've just got started on a new bike build, just picked up a brand new 450 EXC, got started on the build last night, lacing up some Michelin Desert Race tyres on some Easy E wheels, graphics installed, desert seat ready to go, aftermarket clamps on, and pretty much today we're going to go through the bike and replace a lot of the parts. So we've got everything from aftermarket exhaust system, controls, foot pegs, gearing, everything's going to be replaced on this bike to pretty much come into the event as well prepared as we can, because you're going all that way, you want to make sure you have everything right, otherwise it's not a good experience. So that's where you got to get in early, get everything sorted now, and come in as well prepared as you can. Gonna work front to back on this build. Already got the Michelin Starcross 6 with a moose in the front. Just gonna get started here, replacing the fork guards, and we'll work our way all the way to the back of the bike and finish up on the exhaust. So currently what we're doing here is we're just about to fit up some radiator braces, but currently I've got a hose clamp, the radiator hose clamp in the way, so gonna move that up, that way we're not making contact. So get that done and then we'll bolt it up. You obviously want to have an oversized tank, just because you're doing so many Ks up there. It's a long break between fuel stops, so the last thing you want is to run out of fuel. Alright, so I know I said I was going to do the exhaust last, but it makes sense while I've already got some of the plastics off. Makes it easily accessible, so going to get to it now, plus I just want to see it on, so we'll get to it. Alright, the one box I'm probably the most excited about. Titanium Pro Circuit. Woo! Damn. That tied in with the tyre header, and this thing is going to look and sound amazing. The tall seat, that's a very good add if you're tall. A lot of small people run it as well, but it just splits the sitting and standing position, and at that speed you're doing a lot of standing, so it just gives you that platform to rest on at high speeds. So I started off with a brand new stock 450 EXC, and one of the first things that I done was send the suspension straight into the tuner, get that set up for Finke, because you're going at a very fast speed and it's a very specific event. Your suspension has to be tailored to that track. It's personal preference, but running an aftermarket exhaust just gives you that bit more snap in the power. Yeah, so there's a couple little bolt-ons. I've run the ODI Prodigy bars, so they're just a standard bar that I've ran the last 2 years pretty much, but they're just a personal bar that I like the best. As far as steering, dampeners, everything like that, it's very well needed up there. This year I've gone for heavy duty wheels just because at that speed you get hit with a lot of square edges, stuff like that, so the last thing you want is to crumble a wheel. And tyre options, I've gone for the Michelin Desert Race package, which is a Starcross 6 front with a moose and then a heavy duty tube and a Desert Race on the rear. They're offering the package for Finke as their little deal, and they're pretty much my tyres of choice for that event. That's pretty much race ready.